sol ilumina coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra crer. Apagaram as luzes pra eu ver. Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar. Não é só na vida que a vida, não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída,
talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. 'Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dream. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you. 'cause it's starting to come out. I've been holding it in for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Oh, I'm yours. Never thought I'd even try. After just one day, it's special, yeah. But there is something in your eyes. Ooh, one false move and you'll be gone. You made me, it's alright. I can't tell if it's the right moment, but baby, anyhow, I can't hold it in anymore, no, 'cause it's starting to come out. I've been holding it in for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Ooh, I'm yours. Starting to come out. Starting to come out. Starting to come out. Ooh, I'm yours. Starting to come out. Starting to in this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes, yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
What's going on? What's
So
going
tell
on
your
with it?
good lies, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now.
Hey,
Before the moment flies.
nieces and nephews,
Ooh,
folks and
so
cousins.
tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Ooh,
Nieces and nephews, folks and cousins.
susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
Big Chevy.
'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah.
What are we getting
Nothing can
into?
stop me.
I got beans,
'Cause
green.
I'm addicted to you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say
No need to.
where we are heading now, babe.
Come on.
I follow
Come on.
to the edge of it all.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah,
No matter what.
susceptible now.
Damn it, man.
Before the moment flies.
I hate his arrogant ass. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house, the FBI. How we doing? What's going on, nephew? Say, what's up, Godfather? Your Godfather's back in the house, and the house is, of course, packed. Let's bring up the light a little bit so we can get a good taste of all this sexual chocolate. Yeah, baby Bubba. How we doing? How we doing? Camera 3, camera 2, camera 1. Camera 1, you're a little bit off center today, but we're going to get it popping. We're going to get it cracking. So, let's do that. That tends to throw things off a little bit. All right, so candle of the evening, none other than the Laurier 62. Love Laurier 62. Fragrance of the evening. We started off with Tom Ford today. Tom Ford, Neroli Portofino. I just felt like having a bright, fresh evening. How we doing, everybody? Have you guys missed me? I haven't been in the studio for about a couple of weeks. We're on the road to LA. I'm on the road in Beverly Hills, then went to Miami, then went to Las Vegas. But we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Camera be out of focus. I'll be all right. It'll get there. It'll get there. I'm still trying to get everything unpacked from the trip, so we'll let the autofocus take it today. And then going forward, we'll just let the manual focus. We'll set it on manual focus and let it go. That's what we will do. But until then, it is what it is. This is what you got. So make that shit work. Make it work, make it work, make it work. That's a little bright. So I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. I hope you had a good Black History Month. Hit the like button, people. That's what they say. Y'all gonna hit the like button? Yeah. Been so empty without me. You know, they always talk a lot of shit about the content I make, but you know what? When I'm not making content, you know, we don't get a chance for the family to get together and get out here and to philosophize and get into the real conversation. And the real conversation is, what do you guys think, man? I was out in Vegas, and I'm gonna tell you something. Vegas to Miami and all points in between, I'm sitting out with some of the most beautiful women in the country. And I'm going to tell you one thing that is universal. And women don't want to admit it, but women love men who cheat. Simple, point blank, period. Women love men who cheat, or women love it when men cheat. Why is that? Well, let's get into it. Ladies, am I lying? Do you ladies like it when men cheat? No, we don't like it when you cheat. We want you to be a strong, alpha, high-value man with all the sixes and everything else. So we want you to come home specifically to us. And this is one of the mistakes we as men have made for years. Coming home specifically to them. Hold on. The camera's too dark. And I'm not going to get into all this good content with this stuff not being right. All right. There's the exposure. Bring the exposure up on that one a little bit too. So, for those of you who haven't noticed that I typically wear black suits and gray suits, but today, because of such a serious topic, I decided to bust out the corporate Blue Powers 3-piece suit. Shout out to that. Yeah, take pride in your image, gentlemen. It matters. Women love it when men cheat. Why do I say this? Well, because I know it. I know it. I sat down over the last couple of weeks. I've talked to women across the board. And I'm going to tell you, the women that matter, the kind of women that you want, gentlemen, One thing that women hate more than anything else is being bored. And when you don't cheat, you're boring. When you don't cheat, you're boring. When you are at home up under her butt, sniffing up under her, telling her that she's everything you want her to be, she'll love that for about that long. And the next thing you know, she'll be shebanga banging your best friend. So I didn't make women the way they are. I don't write the rules. I don't have the software. But one thing that I know is that a man who is cheating on his woman has a woman who is involved. What I mean, you got to give her something to worry about, gentlemen. You better give your woman something to worry about, because the worst thing you can do with a modern woman is to let her feel comfortable. This has come from the mouths of women, not men, the mouths of women. They don't want to be bored. Think of it as the canine and the feline. Come on, man. Canines can just sit around and chill most of the time. Cat's always into something, and you better give her something to worry about. What have I said over the years? Give your woman the benefit, give your woman the gift of discomfort, meaning giving her something to think about. Like it or not, one of my most popular streams was high value men don't cheat, they exercise options. And what does that mean? High value men, men of value, men of substance or status, have multiples more options than regular guys. If a man is making 2, 3, 4, 5 times the average man plus, he's going to have multiple factors more. And we are just going to we're getting beyond the political, what should be and such and so forth, because one of the things that men, we realized is you ladies don't care. You don't care about this political stuff when you're doing it. City girls, hot girls, whatever, y'all doing what y'all doing, y'all going to get the bag. And when y'all are out on y'all hustle and grind, y'all don't have any problem having a man and then having beta male orbiters that pay your bills. And here's the thing. Cool. All's fair in love and war. Here's the thing. I'm talking about past the danger zone. Age 27 to 35, when it flips for men, now the rabbit got the gun. Gentlemen, give your woman the benefit of thinking that you will cheat on her. Whether you choose to or not is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do regarding your morality. What I'm telling you is about the optics of the situation. And I sat down when I was hanging out with some other content creators this weekend. I'm like, look, man, there's the facts, there's the data, there's the statistics, and then there's the feelings and optics of the matter. You listen to every woman talk about her relationship and every man that she ever loved. Think about the men that the women want to talk about the most is the one that broke her heart, cheated on her, did something or other. She didn't talk about the guy she drove her Mack truck over. No, because, they were too easy. I'm not trying to figure out why women do what they do, guys. I mean, you can try to figure it out. And I will tell you, we know why it is. But I'm going to tell you guys one thing more than anything else. Stop needing to make sense. Chris Rock said it the best. Men have a need to make sense. Guess what? Turn that switch off when it comes to women. Women don't make sense. Stop needing to make sense around women and you'll be less frustrated. And as such, understand something, that the kind of woman you want has been imprinted on by a man before you. And the man before you that had her heart, he had her mind. In order to get her mind, he had to keep her mind occupied. You don't keep her mind occupied with flowers, chocolates, and love letters. You keep her mind occupied with other women. Women care about the opinion of other women. Your woman wants to be with the man who other women want to shebang bang. Don't kill me. Don't get upset because you think it's not right and that's not the way. I don't want to talk about your morals at this because, again, if you decide to go through with cheating or not, that's up to you. The fact of the matter is she needs to know that you will leave her. She needs to know you will leave. Don't talk about it. She needs to know that you will bounce.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The most powerful Uno reverse card any man can play is the presence of absence. I'm telling you what, I've dealt with women that I like a lot, but I have more respect for myself than sit around and continue to deal with their bullshit. And you don't announce when you're breaking, you don't announce when you're breaking out. You just break out. And when you break out, make sure you show up with one that's better than the one you had. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. See, this is Kanye's mistake. Kanye, look at Kanye West. He is showing us a full-time, a 24/7, 365 example of exactly what not to do. What Kanye should have done is instead of going to get Kim Kardashian clones, he should have went out and got him a beautiful sister and went on about his business. Wished Kim the best of luck. Stop handling on social media and threatening Pete Davidson and all this other kind of stuff. Rihanna's pregnant with ASAP Rocky's baby, while Drake is certified lover boy. Look, man, I've been there. I was on that old Babyface Keith Washington, Silk, shy portrait bullshit too, singing them old ready for the world ass cupcaking ass songs. And all they got you was experience. I don't begrudge women the fact that they get their value up front, we get ours in the end. And look, when women have leverage, they use it. They use their beauty, their femininity, their looks, their sexiness so to get the best deal they can. Well, guess what? This is reverse. This is not hypergamy. This is just male value. Guys, if you're not a man who, okay, see, we're going to shut this shit down real quick. Oh, no, y'all think we're not doing that. Chat room goes off until the likes get up over 5,000. If you're not a man that her friend wants to cheat with, you got a problem. Become the man women want to cheat with, gentlemen. Become the man women want to cheat with. Stop worrying about if it's right or if it's nice or whatever. Just do it. Ditch the nice guy see, the beautiful thing about being an image consultant is I am strictly focused on results and outcomes. You thinkers and philosophers and all that, y'all can sit around and parse and sit around worrying about the why of why it is. I mean, when I'm not working, I think about things like that too. But when it's out in the field where the work is real, I worry about results. And results speak for themselves. Men who take their image seriously outperform men who don't. This is why so many guys in science, technology, engineering, and math get outperformed by the guys who they think are beneath them because you don't worry about your image. Appearance, behavior, communication, digital footprint. You're still trying to be right. And in this regard, you're not much different than the women you sit around talking about. Look at the sign language. Well, are you losing on the same need to be right? Or are you doing what work? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about this a lot. I've already talked about this for a minute. Guys, the man she wants to cheat with, not the boy she wants to control. See, the boy she wants to control is what she will settle for, but the man she wants to cheat with dresses like a man, talks like a man, behaves like a man, appears like a man online. This is why you got to make sure how you maintain your masculine frame around women and in front of, and shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. I love one of the things he talks about. Stop being so goddamn goofy all the time. Yeah, I have a great sense of humor, but walking around cracking jokes 24/7, 365, no bueno. Especially when you're around women where sexual interest needs to be top. Like it or not, this is a primitive, atavistic way of operating, but we are still more primitive than we want to believe. The score is kept on two levels: fighting and sex. Do you appear to be the kind of man women want to have sex with? If not, you got work to do. If you think your money is going to make her wet, well, there are men with more money than you, and they still can't get the woman they want. I'm saying have them all. Have them all wanting you. Have all the women you want wanting you and pick the ones you want. But when you pick the one you want, do not get one-itis. The worst thing we can do as men is let our ladies become too comfortable. Well, I thought you said, ask the questions as it goes on. And ladies know I'm telling the truth. Get the likes up. Get the likes up when the chat stays up. Until the likes over 5,000, until the likes over 4,500, the chat stays off. The ladies know this is true too. The ladies know this is true. Women would rather be second, third, or fourth in a rotation of the kind of man that her and her friends want than to be number one of the third string guy. The second string guy is trying to become the first string guy. So gentlemen, understand the psychology of this whole thing. If you are not getting married, which many modern men are opting not to do, how are you going to maintain leverage in the sexual marketplace? You maintain leverage with the woman you have by the other women. Oh, I know some women are hot, but you're hot because I'm telling the truth. Because all this, what do I bring? He's got to prove himself to me, and I am the table. See, bump all that.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
All that I am the table shit goes out the window when they are racing, trying to keep up with the keeping up with the other women who are getting your attention.
Emotional damage.
That's right, emotional damage. A lot of these women stop worrying about being so full of their pride and everything else because, guys, after age 30, 50% off, but you're still moving like she's still full price. This week, we're going to talk about success. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the social aspect of success. And that's in personal life and professional life. I would have talked about it tonight, but I have to get a couple of more things together. The social aspect of success. This is why so many guys who were smarter fail. The soft skills. But we're going to also talk about as we age. But today we're talking about sex. If you are not, some of you guys talk, some guys want to act as though they could exercise options. Well, exercising options comes in many different forms. And transactional exercising of options can happen. But guys who tend to have the most leverage with the kind of women they want is men who are most attractive to her friends. You get that? Men who are most attractive to her friends. Not just like he has a lot of money or resources. No. And I'm good with the transactional stuff. Do all the other stuff. But you want to be the man other women want to sit around and do something like this for. Because women have this strange habit of once a man is doing what they like, men don't talk about our intimacies with women we like. Women do. And this is what happens. A lot of times women will go back and be like, oh, what happened with you and old boy? What happened with you and old girl? Oh, man, we chill. No, what happened? Y'all smash? What happened? Was that demon time something like? Oh, man, when we don't talk about a woman, guys know we into her. Oh, okay, cool. But when women, the opposite, women will start talking about everything, size, girth, taste, sounds, everything else, blah, blah, blah. And one of the worst things women do is they tell their friends about their business with their man. You know what happens? You know what happens Her girlfriends be like, hey, how you doing? I heard you tutored. Mm-hmm. Right. You know what their friends be doing? Yeah, they be holla, 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 holla. And then they get mad. And they wonder why it happened. It's like, well, you went back and told everybody that the man was good in bed. You went back and told him that he knew how to make you do everything. Yeah. Next thing you know, he's getting the... What you expecting to do? Pass it up? Ladies, if you don't want your man to cheat, I got it. If you don't want your man to cheat, here's what you do. You bring in the other girl and y'all all have fun together. This is for everybody other than married couples. If you're not getting married, ladies, guess what? You're going to have to deal with a sexual marketplace until you die. If you're not going to get married in your prime years, you are going to have to deal with a sexual marketplace until you die. And there is no singles. There is no 60 and singles club. There is no club for 50 and up. Yeah, when we talk about the age component of dating, so many of you ladies act like you're going to just be single at 40 and living your best life. Ain't nobody marketing to a bunch of 40-year-old single women with...
I'm a PhD.
So if you're not going to be somebody's dutiful wife for the rest of your life, you're going to be out here having to, hey, get out here and compete. And when you're young, get as much of a franchise contract as possible, because the later on, the best chance you're going to have to keep your man is to stay fit, and make sure that if he is talk about it, ladies. But why don't women? And here's the funny thing: what made me want to talk about this subject is because anytime you talk about relationships or why women divorce or whatever, women always want to throw up two horrible scenarios: adultery or abuse. Shout out to Dr. Tia Son Johnson. Women are twice as likely to abuse men as women abuse men at twice the rate. I'm going to break down that white paper and show the facts. But yeah, when you look at abuse, documented abuse, you know, scratch that. I may have misstated that, but I'm going to break it down about abuse, because women act as though abuse is a one-way thing. And the numbers say it is completely opposite. Just like women talk about cheating and adultery. Cheating, when men and women cheat at roughly the same rates, but women talk about cheating as if men do it exclusively. And it is time for you ladies to stop that bullshit and for men to start acting like, you better understand, your woman's gonna cheat on you. Not your not your woman. Your wife is over here. But if you got a lady friend, if you ain't cheating on her, she's likely gonna cheat on you. If you're not cheating on her, she is likely going to cheat on you. If you cheat on her, it is more likely that she won't cheat on you because she's going to be preoccupied with getting you to stop cheating. Oh, I know some women are pissed. I know a lot of women are pissed, but I want you guys to think about it. If you've ever been on both sides of this coin, if you've been on this side, Beta. On the side where you this baby face and shit, you got dogged. But if you were on this side over here, it was completely different. My question is, why live over here when this is available? And the older you get, the more this becomes available. Shout out to my personal trainer I just hired. Oh yeah, your godfather is about to get fine on y'all's ass. When summertime happens, they're gonna be like, oh, for real? I didn't know it was like that. Yeah, take this shirt off, this suit. Ooh, they're gonna be like, God damn. Whatever. I hate his ass, but look at that chest and them arms. Yeah, girl. You better ask somebody. That's right. I'm sorry, Shirley. What you say?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
Yeah, see, Shirley gonna be mad as a motherfucker because that she gonna have Dunlap disease. Her stomach Dunlapped over her pants. You gonna have the chest sit up here and bang like this and pound and traps and the suit and all that other shit. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Get all the brothers out there, 6 foot, 200 pounds of mane walking down the street looking good. And like, you don't think women, oh, they mad. They are mad. Hey, Free, what's going on, man? We need a few more than $5 and $10 super chats in here, man. Come on, y'all, Godfather preaching, I appreciate it. Come on, let's get some more of these super chats. I've been gone for a week. Come on now. Oh, y'all must want me to go back on another vacation. Shout out to Miss Crow. I can pronounce your name. You've been a member for 6 months. Shout out to Damon Dennis, been a member for 13 months. Appreciate it, my friend. I've gone off the deep end. Let's preach it. Yeah. Shout out to Mighty Sigma Man came said, we're all back. Go mob to the bros. Shout out to the Sigmas in the house. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Gentlemen, look, women don't have any problems telling you that they are the shit. Women don't have any problems telling you that they have options and they can have the right to set their standards. Well, gentlemen, you have the right to be the best. You have the right to make women compete for you. And you have the right to do what lions do. You have the right to do what tigers do. You can be a lion or a tiger. Lion has its pride, tiger doesn't. Whichever one of the cats you are, lion or tiger. Now, of course, there are panthers and jaguars and all other kind of stuff, and I could break it down, but it's primarily two groups. If you're relationship or not relationship, you don't want to be the male hyena. And here's the thing. Women get angry about this cheating thing because it takes their power away. Ask a woman what she brings to the table that is different from other women, and what are you going to hear from most women? What are you going to hear from most women? Well, you guys wanted a deregulated open sexual marketplace that was to the highest bidder. You wanted competition, and this is where you're going to have to learn how to compete. And if you have a competitive advantage in business, if you have a competitive advantage in any discipline, in any sport or whatever, you use that. Gentlemen, if women say they despise cheating, why are they always with the cheaters? If women say they despise toxic masculinity and alpha males and high value men, why are they always the one pining for them? I'm going to tell you, this alpha beta designation is very binary, but in this conversation, it's winners and losers. Winners have options. Losers have complaints. Winners have options. Winners get what the losers get what's left. And if you're not going to get married, which, hey, guys, if you're not, I've already said it, if you're not a man in a certain socioeconomic category in the West, marriage is a horrible idea. Based on the numbers, women could choose to change this, but if they chose to stop filing for divorce, but they don't. So if this is the case, what are you going to do? But ladies, I got a question for you ladies. We pushing P tonight. We pushing P. Ladies, why do y'all love cheaters so much? Why, women, my question is, why do you love men who cheat so much and then complain about the men who cheat so much? Ladies, why do you love men who cheat so much and then complain about the men who cheat so much? But all this heartbreak ass music these women write, they ain't writing, women are not writing love songs about these dudes. Beta. They're not writing love songs about providers and thorough guys with good character and religious backbone and all that stuff. And I'm for those guys, but those guys are husbands. That's a different category. If you're not a husband, acting like a husband, if you're not a husband, you can't be a husband acting man in a sexually open, deregulated sexual marketplace. That is makes just as little sense as a woman who's a wife who's over here in the dating market. Husbands and wives need to go in this direction. That's where they need to go. And then let the blood sport over here operate. High value men can be husbands, lions, or they can be bachelors, tigers. I'm with it either way it goes. And my guys I'm talking to my bachelors tonight. The guys who want to be a bachelor until you are in your 40s, 50s, you want to be the eligible bachelor. You want to be a digital nomad. You want to get out and you want to live. You want to have a good wardrobe, a tight little fragrance, and then be a digital nomad. I don't understand why so many of you guys who don't plan on getting married are buying houses. Buy property, but houses? Why are you living where you're living? Apex predators go where the prey is. If you're a tiger, you need to be near your prey. I don't care if you plan on eating or not, you need to be around them. And women want to be hunted by the apex predator. I know, but ladies, you're getting primitive and primal. Let's get into it. Ladies, am I wrong? I'm going to open up both. I'm going to open up Zoom and open up StreamYards because ladies know what I'm saying is the truth. They hate men who cheat, but they love men who cheat. And my thing is, guys, I'm just saying do what works. Simply do what works. I'm not telling you.
Progress.
Again, this is not a moral question. This is not a relationship question. This is a conversation for every guy that's not going to be a husband. And this is a question for modern women who want some sort of partnership or non-traditional relationship. You know, side note, it's funny that today is the last day of Black History Month. Black History Month is only 28 days, but they're gonna have women's, and right after Black History, they got National Women's Month. Women's Month is one of the longest months of the year. Black History, one of the shortest. Guess what? This is gonna be man's year. Self-awareness, separation, and balance. And when we discuss the social aspect of success, I guarantee you Wednesday is going to be a life-changing broadcast for the men and the women because most of us are failing at the social aspect. You'll want to be here Wednesday. Ladies, why do you love cheaters? Why do you like cheaters so much? We love cheaters. Ladies say they don't like cheaters, but then who do they reward? The guys that cheat on them. No, it's just those are the men who approach me. Those are the guys who approach me. Ain't that what they say? That's what they say. Those are the guys who approach me. Right. Those are the guys who approach me. Right. Ladies, knock it off. Just admit you like a little toxic masculinity. Jump off the dresser in it. Shout out to my boy. Cheeks. Meat monster. They like the meat monsters. Shout out to Fanarios. Jump off the dresser in it. They like when you put your foot on their head. Yeah. You got to watch the skit. Ladies will talk about all this shit, but man, I'm telling you, I've been that baby face ass dude And it was sad, man. It's like, wow. And then when you decide to go ahead and jump off the dresser in it, they're like, Especially, and here's the beautiful part, especially when you got this, hi, hey, how you doing? Or your corporate version, maybe you don't have the shirt and tie all the way on, maybe you don't have a tie. Then you jump off the dresser in it, you give them the stone cold stunner. Oh man, ladies, be honest. Boy, I can't wait till the video Shan Bodie and I did, and we talk about sexuality drops. Y'all don't understand female sexuality, man. It's a mystery to a lot of guys. Get on the camera. Let's see. Unmute yourself. So, when women are honest, one of the main reasons why women cheat is because the man they're choosing to be with as a provider does not stimulate her sexually. And this is one of the areas that we as men need to get better. You need to get better in the bedroom. You need to get better in dirty talk. I'm gonna be honest, man. We got room to improve too. Who told you you were good in bed, gentlemen? Who told you you were good in bed? If you're good in bed, the results will speak for themselves. And there are things that you can improve on. What are they? But today we're going to talk about the things that women can improve on. Hello, unmute yourself. Hello? How old are you?
I'm 24. I'm turning 25 in May.
Okay, so what do you got for me? Why do women love men who cheat?
I think personally, it's their mindset at that current moment, because for me right now, I don't think it's okay to think like that.
Okay to think like what? Okay to think like what?
Not okay to want a man that's gonna play games like that and just make you be wondering, oh, is he gonna be here for me? Or why do I like just those insecurities that it brings you?
You don't think it's okay for men to play games?
No, not like that to women, no.
Okay, but women play games all day long.
And I think it's just the psychology of it all. I think
it's because why is it okay for women to play games, but it's not okay for men to play games?
I don't think it's okay for anybody to play games.
Well, but come on, we're gonna have an adult conversation. Let's have an adult conversation.
Okay.
Why do men have to resort to playing games these days?
I think it's the society we live in now. I think it's
no, ma'am. Men, see, that's not even being. Why not just get? Men aren't dating men,
right?
Then why are men having to play games these days?
It's because women are playing games too.
Thank you.
And it's just a game. Yeah, it's just a game.
Okay, well then a game is okay. Don't get mad at men for responding. Look, if somebody punches you, do you punch them back? Or do you sit there and say, why did you punch me? Let's talk about it.
If somebody punched me, I would punch them back.
Well, this is a punch back.
I would try to walk away first, but I would.
If they punch you in your face, you're just gonna walk away.
Well, initially, I'm gonna be upset and react. So I'm
okay, man. Okay, we're gonna have a real conversation. Women play games all day long. Women play games with the possibility of this, possibility of that. And now because men are responding in kind, it's all of a sudden unfair.
Right.
Okay, so my question to you is, if that's the way you feel, what are you going to do about your place in this world? Do you plan on getting married?
I would love to get married, yes.
Okay. How are you going to make sure that happens so you can get out of this game playing environment?
I just have to move myself kind of out of that category, like just different myself. Another word.
Did you go to college?
I went to college for 2 weeks, so it doesn't really
For
count. No.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I went to college for 2 weeks.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
So right now I'm finishing my license in massage therapy.
You said massage?
Yeah, massage therapy.
Massage therapy.
Right. Yeah.
How long do you think you could be a masseuse?
Mm, really, I would do it as like a side business.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm asking you, as a 24-year-old woman who has 2 weeks of college, how long do you think you could work as a masseuse to provide for yourself?
To provide for myself.
Yes, you have to provide for yourself. You're a single woman in this world. You have to make enough money to provide for yourself.
Right. I would have to do it. I mean, at least forever.
Right.
Forever.
How much do you think you can make as a massage therapist?
In the state I live in, it's between 56 and 61.
What state do you live in?
Yeah. Colorado.
That's bullshit. That's high. That's on the high end. Massage Envy. What's the average hourly going massage? What's the average hourly massage rate between schools and Massage Envy and all that stuff? Probably about $45 to $50 an hour. A dollar a minute.
I wouldn't go into Massage Envy, so I
It
don't know.
doesn't matter, ma'am. You got to go with ma'am. I know this intimately well. You got to go where the market is. And
Right.
my point of all this is being a masseuse beats your body up and it doesn't make you rich. And
Right.
there is there's only so long you can do it, which means that means you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. So that means you're going to need another income. Where's it going to come from? A husband?
I would hope so.
Well, then what are you doing to make sure that happens? See, what I'm trying to get to you guys to understand is women today are choosing jobs that don't pay enough, and they are not actively pursuing becoming a wife of a man of value. They just expect it to happen.
Well, I don't expect it to just happen, but I do have
So
to
when I asked
provide.
you what you plan on doing, you said separate myself.
Mhm.
I asked you how it was supposed to happen, and do you think you gave me a compelling answer?
No, I don't think I answered that. Like, I know I said to differentiate myself, but I don't think I answered like the steps that I'm taking to different
Okay,
myself.
what steps are you taking?
Well, right now I'm like just at the bottom at the foundation pieces. So I'm changing just my psychology of things and my mindset. So I'm just starting
And who are you
right now
paying to
with
coach you through
therapy.
that? Who are you paying? Are you in therapy?
Yeah, right now I'm in therapy.
Are you are you in therapy for things that happened in childhood?
Yeah, just all around therapy, like starting from childhood trauma and going from there.
How long you been in therapy?
It's coming up my 5th session, so 5 weeks now.
Okay. I guess my ultimate point is this, that as a woman, do you feel like, how much time do you feel like you have to be found by your husband?
Not that long, because I'm 24, so
Right. So
probably, yeah.
not probably what?
I'm gonna say like 2 years. I'm gonna give myself 2 years.
All right. So here's the thing. I think a lot of women today don't believe that you're going to have to compromise on anything. And as a, if you're, you don't want your husband to cheat. Okay, fine. But are you a wife? I get it. I mean, that's fine. Putting husbands and wives over there. But in order to become a wife, in order to get married, you got to be a wife first. And you're not a wife. So you're in a dating marketplace and no one, what do you owe someone in the dating marketplace? Does a man owe you loyalty? I mean, monogamy?
No, not in the dating marketplace, no.
Okay. Do you owe him that?
I mean, if I want him to marry me, I think I should be.
Okay.
I should,
So
be
do you think?
faithful.
So do you think women should? Do you think women should be faithful and men should have the opportunity to cheat?
No.
Okay.
No,
Do you,
I'm sorry.
okay. Well, all right. Well, let's expand. Let's flesh it out. Okay.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah, if both of you guys are dating, then both of you guys are in the market. Like you're single until you're married.
Yeah, but he has more
Like
time.
both of you guys are dating.
But he has more time.
Right.
See, I guess what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand is we're not equals in this marketplace. You are far behind us. As a woman, you are far behind a man. And you have a shorter window of time, and you're going to have to give up some things. And we have told women that men and women are equal and that there should be some fairness. There is no fairness in the sexual marketplace. Unfortunately, women today were not raised to be wives. You're raised to be individuals. And that does not change the sexual marketplace, okay? So women pay a higher penalty for cheating than men. You cheat on your man, you cheat on a guy, he's gonna leave you. A man cheats on you, you gonna leave? Or you gonna stay?
Dating, if a man was cheating on me, I don't think it would be that big of a deal because I wouldn't be giving myself wholly to that man, like all the way to that man. So it
You
wouldn't
mean wholly?
bother
You mean
me.
sexually?
Yeah, sexually, emotionally.
So you wouldn't be having sex with him?
Dating, just dating, no. It would have to be at least serious dating or an engagement. Just dating, no, I wouldn't.
So a man has to be your fiance before he has sex?
Fiance or serious dating, like I'm committed to this.
You mean a one-on-one, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend kind of thing?
Yeah.
So that's see why modern dating is dumb? Women want the same kind of relational commitments without the obligation. Ma'am, you don't get that in the dating marketplace. If you're not sexually active, you get put over on the shelf. Nobody's going to deal with a woman who's not sexually active. If you want a man, if you ladies want men to commit to you one-on-one, you better be quality enough for him to wife.
Right.
And if you're not, you get just what he gets, a good time for a short time. That's what your mothers and the womenism and feminism has made it for you to be. You're asking for too much. And women's standards are too high. You want men to behave like they're your husband and you want to lock him down and he's your boyfriend. Well, what does it mean to be your boyfriend if you don't have a ring? See what I mean?
Right.
I know they don't like the way it sounds, but it's the truth. The compromise. Unmute yourself, Shauna. See, what I'm trying to get women to do. Hello? How old are you? Why are you not on camera?
Oh, there I am.
All right. So, hey, how are you? So we're talking
Hi, how are
about
you?
cheating. We're talking about cheating, and I'm trying to I was trying to have the conversation to let ladies understand that you can't cheat, but we can.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't
What
like
was your-
that, and if you don't like it, what are you going to do about it?
What was your question? What's your question exactly?
Well, we're talking about why do women love men who cheat? Or do women love men who cheat?
I don't necessarily think that we like men that cheat. I think it's more so I feel like at the end of the day, like us women, we know exactly what we want. So like if we're with a guy and they're not really like fulfilling like what we want, like of course we're gonna go look for it somewhere else. And I feel like that's the same thing with like men, where like if the woman's not fulfilling what they need, then they're gonna go look for it somewhere else. So that's why I feel like cheating is like a big thing in like relationships, and it's not so like
It's only a big thing. It's a big thing. Women make a big deal out of it. Women say they don't want a man who cheat, but then those are the very men that women love.
True.
So, based upon women's actions, men should cheat because those are the men women love. See how that logic breaks down? Women complain about men who cheat all the time, but those are the men women love. The men who don't cheat are the men you walk away from. So, have you been cheated on before?
No, I've never been cheated on before, but also like I feel like I'm 22 and I'm more so like career driven, where I actually don't really
Where'd
entertain
you
a
go
lot
to
of
school for?
guys.
Where'd you go to school for?
I go to school I'm a biology pre-med major, and I attend the University of Alabama right now. I'm in my
Okay, but
senior
you're not,
year.
you're career driven. You don't have a career. You're just a student.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much like persevering my career. So that's
Okay,
why
so
I
you're
feel
going to be
like
another one of these PhD women who die alone.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna die alone.
I am. Because you just said
Not necessarily.
you just said some of the most foolish shit a woman can say. I'm not worried about relationship. I'm more career driven. And
Yeah,
how
I
long, I
mean,
need you not to overtalk me. I need you to listen before I'll give you a chance to speak. Couple of questions. How long have you watched my show?
I honestly just started watching
Okay.
it. I was
About
on
how long?
FaceTime
About
with
how
a
long
friend,
ago? About how long? Would you?
like a couple of minutes ago.
You've never seen my show before.
No, sir.
Okay, well, ma'am, here's a sound bite.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Mhm.
And then there's another soundbite. Buy a dog and die alone. This show for the last almost 2 years is littered with women who say, I don't need no man. I got a PhD. I'm focused on my career, da 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 da. And then women who share your reflection, about 35 or 40 years old, are complaining and whining and frustrated because they can't find a man of value. You're 22 years old and you're going to go to med school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are your non-black female counterparts not getting married as well?
Not necessarily, no.
So non-black women are going to med school and finding a way to get married.
I believe it's possible.
No,
Yeah.
no. That's what they're doing. The next lowest grade group of women to get married is 54%. That's white women. And my point is, you have one young woman up front who wants to get married. She's not really preparing herself. And then she's out here in the sexual marketplace. We have another young lady who is saying a different version of the same thing. I'm focusing on my career. Ma'am, you're focusing on your career, right? Do you want to get married one day?
Yeah, of course.
You
Like
want
that's
children?
I want to have like a
Do you want
family
children?
and everything.
How many
Yeah,
children? Okay, how many children would you like to have?
I want to have at least 3.
At least 3. Once you're pregnant, once you're married and pregnant with the first child, Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills? After you're pregnant and married with your first child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills? Or do you want your husband to be able to carry the load to where when you're pregnant, you don't have to work to pay significant bills?
Yeah, like while I'm pregnant, I would prefer not to work.
Okay.
But like
Me
after
too. Okay.
pregnancy and
I asked my question in a very systematic way. What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Meaning, if you don't produce it, the family doesn't get it. Do you want your children to be able to attend college?
of course.
Do you want to be able to travel internationally and domestically with your family?
Yeah.
Okay. What percentage of your overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? Meaning, as an individual, you have to be responsible for 100%. As a married woman with 3 children, what percentage of that load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire lifetime?
Well, I feel like in a relationship, it should be 50-50.
So
like
50-50, that means if you stop, that means, ma'am, if you stop, that means you got to work during pregnancy. Because if you stop working for any reason, the family's in jeopardy. 50-50 means you can't walk effectively with one leg. 50-50, doctor. Meaning if you don't bring it to the table, how about this? If you stop working for any reason, whether you choose to, whether you want to retire, whatever, do you want the family to be at serious financial risk from losing your income?
No, I don't want the family to be at risk.
Okay, doctor. That means 10%. 10%, doc. 10%. 10%. What state do you live in again?
I'm from Georgia, but I'm currently staying in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay, so for a family of 3 children, a wife and a husband, a family of 5, what is the annual income you think you would need?
100K. I don't
Ma'am,
know.
you said you want your kids to be able to attend college, and you said you want to be able to travel nationally and internationally. Doctor, please. 100,000 for 3 people. That's $20,000 a person. Please think again, doctor.
Is it along like 500?
I'm asking you. You said you want your kids to be able to attend college and you pay for it. You said you want to be able to travel domestically and internationally with your kids. Does that sound like middle class or does that sound like upper class?
I feel like with this economy, more like middle class.
Middle class? Did your parents pay for your college?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. No. You have a mother and father?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your tuition every month? I mean, every quarter? Every semester?
Since I'm out of state, they pay along the lines of 50,000 for a school year.
Ma'am, the average middle class family with 2 kids and 2 adults makes $47,000. Your tuition is their income. See, what I'm showing is so many women talk this stuff and they don't understand anything about the math because you don't plan on paying for it. You're going to need around $500,000 for the lifestyle you talked about, because even if it was just middle class, well, because you want $500,000 with the kids, each one of your kids is $500,000. And then you don't want to have to work to pay more than, you don't really want the family to be at any real risk if you start working. So what percentage of men in this country earn $350,000 or more?
I would say like 2% or 3%.
Around
It's very
1%.
slim.
Right. So if a man is in the top 1% of men, do you think he should have the option to pick? So, and you want that man to be strictly monogamous?
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy. I want you to understand something. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Dress size?
Say that again.
Dress size?
Like 14.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
220.
And on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank yourself fresh face out of the shower? Can't use 7.
I'm a 5. You said scale from 1 to 7?
Hmm?
I'm a 5.
So, man, we're in a world with an average, 5 is an average, right? Average.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a world with an average looking woman who's obese command a man who's in the top 1% of earners and can demand that he's monogamous. Where in the world can that happen? Does that sound equal, ma'am?
No.
So let's scale it back. If you're average, could you marry an average man? An average man is earning around $42,000 a year. And you be the breadwinner. You marry your husband, you have your 3 children. And because you said you're more focused on your career, we go with that model. Because if a man were the doctor, it would make sense for him to marry if a man were in your position, it would make more sense for him to marry an average person, right? Most men who are doctors don't marry doctors. Could you marry an average man and have his children? And then you carry the bigger portion of the financial load, like 90%, and he just carried the 10%?
Yeah, if the love is genuine.
There's not, I mean, love is what you choose. But I'm asking, just like you would want a man to carry 90%, you're putting yourself in the financial position to be a doctor, to be a higher earner. Men who are higher earners traditionally have to settle for women. Could you settle for an average earning man?
Me personally, I could.
Okay, cool. That's what my show is. It's basically trying to get women to understand where they rank. Because what you want is you want a man in the top 1%. And that typically doesn't happen where a man in the top 1% deals with a woman who's in your SMV, your sexual marketplace value. Have you ever heard that broken down that way?
No, I haven't.
Now, when I ask about an average man, would you have a problem paying the lion's share of the family bills?
No.
Okay. Would your family have a problem with him?
I mean, the way like my household is set up, like the way my household is set up, like my dad more so like pays the mortgage and
No. But okay, if you're going to be a physician, you'll earn more than most people.
yeah.
Okay, do you want to live at your life? Do you want to live at your lifestyle potential, or do you want to live at your average husband's lifestyle potential? I mean, do you want to live at a $42,000 level?
No, I would definitely want to live above those means.
Well, then, okay. So this is the dilemma for most women. You want to live at a higher level. In order to live at a higher level, you either have to do it by yourself, or you have to get a man who is at your level or higher. But the men at your level or higher have high standards for their wives.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest one being fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I heard of that before.
Son, you're how old? 22?
Yeah.
So is there any medical reason why you're 200 and, what did you say, 40 pounds?
It's 220.
Excuse me.
You're fine. It's not no medical reasons. It's more so like, I'm not gonna say like genetics, but like big boned women do run in
There's
my
no
family.
big bone, man. Stop that, doctor. There are no large skeletons. Stop that. You're just lazy and have a bad diet and don't work out.
Okay, if that's how you want to put it, yeah.
How would you put it, ma'am? You're 5 foot tall and 220 pounds. You're the size of
But
a
it's
running
only
back.
so much that you can
But you're the
control.
size
Like,
of a running back.
okay, but it's only
Man,
so much
there's
that
nothing you can tell me
control
that you're. If
when it
I go
comes
back
to,
in your
like,
family, if I go
genetics
back
and
and you
your
don't overtalk me, you can tell me you don't overtalk me.
hereditary.
Don't overtalk me. That's what we think we don't do. If I go back in your family album, you're going to tell me that the women back in the 1920s were 220 pounds.
No, but the people that
No,
are
ma'am, they're
more
not.
so like,
No, ma'am, they're not. And that's the point. There is no medical reason, so it is about discipline. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is don't make excuses for it. Just understand that if you want a higher quality mate, you're going to have to be competitive. That's all it comes down to. You want a man who's on your level socioeconomically. He wants a wife, a woman that's a higher SMV, sexual marketplace value. Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense.
So if the key to getting the kind of man you would like for a husband and a mate for life was you dropping 100 pounds and maintaining it, could you do it? If that was the key, could you do it?
Yeah, if it
All
was
right.
the key.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Then there is nothing else that needs to be said. Audience, understand. If she thought that was the key, she could do it. So that's the lack of discipline. That's the lack of will. It's not the only key, but it is a very important one. Because men look at women, especially women we want to have children with, and if you're going to be a doctor, ma'am, you know a woman puts on 30 to 50 pounds of baby weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you already, if you got pregnant tomorrow, you'd shoot up to 250 to 280. You're not going to lose all that. You're going to keep about 10, you're going to keep at least half of that. If you kept half of your baby weight per child, you would be every bit of 280, almost 300 pounds after 3 kids. Why is this important? Because this is how men think. We think in terms of the math that I gave you. We think in terms of where you are now and where you're going to be. And women, you guys think in terms of I look good and somebody will holler at me and somebody will sleep with me. But men who are looking for wives are looking for something completely different. Return on investment over time. How did we get on this subject? We got on this subject talking about cheating. Ma'am, I think it's crazy for women to think men who have all these options should be strictly monogamous. I think y'all are crazy. I think y'all are crazy to demand that. If a man chooses to do it, that's one thing, but I think it's unreasonable. Crystal?
Hello?
Hey, how are you? How old are you? All right. So, 24. Do you think a man should be able to cheat or not?
I think a man should be able to cheat if he's high value. But the only thing is that average men walk around and they think that they can cheat too.
Okay. A man should be able to cheat if he's high value. Are you a woman of the SMV level that a high value man would desire?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Okay. So your issue is that average men want to move like high value men?
Yeah, it's like at what point as an earner can you be like, okay, I can step out and exercise my options? Because
Well,
for me in my situation, the guy's making 57K, that's, average. But he still, has me competing
well, it's really
with,
not average. Hold on, dear. Hold on. Is he black?
yes.
It's not average. Average is 42. So he really is
Well,
making
it's
almost
not high
50%
earning.
more. I'm just being out. That's the fact. That's just the numbers. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that I walk around average. I
Okay.
think that even he's like maybe a little bit above average by the
Okay.
numbers, whatever.
Okay.
So I think we're good suitors for each other, but um, I don't think that I should have to put up with cheating if he's not,
Okay. Has
high
he
value.
cheated? Has he cheated?
Yes, a lot.
The first time he cheated, how'd you find out about it?
Going through his phone.
So he didn't put it in your face.
Well, he actually did. Like he was like showing me something on his phone, and I saw.
No, he
a
didn't
text message
intentionally
pop
show
up.
it to you. And he didn't show. He didn't say, "Look at this chick I'm kicking it with."
No, not explicitly, but I
Okay.
mean, he
So
wasn't.
I mean,
He
I'm just
wasn't
trying to
hiding.
understand. I'm just trying to understand. No judgment. No heat. No judgment. You're not married though, right?
I actually am.
You're married. Okay. You're married to this man.
Yes.
You guys have any children?
No, we don't.
Cheating.
Well, when I first confronted him about it, it was like he didn't really give a reason. He maybe tried to deflect a little bit, but we recently talked about it again, and that's why I say I'm average, maybe even below, because
I'm trying to.
the
I'm trying to
biggest
get. I'm just trying to get. I mean, ma'am, I'm trying to
yeah, I
understand.
know I'm trying to explain. So
Was he
I
not
think
sexually satisfied?
no, it's because he like the only thing that he points out is that I don't cook for him.
Okay. So he said he had sex with another woman because you don't prepare meals.
No, he says that's the reason why he cheats, because he has sex with multiple women, like a lot. So, but yeah, that's the only thing that he has pointed out. Like, as I asked him, like, how can I be a better suitor for you? And
Okay.
he's like, you don't cook.
All right. So that's bullshit on his part. That's bullshit on his part. So if you're listening, that's
Sorry
bullshit.
about that.
That's bullshit because you're married. These are different. These are different scenarios. Does he have any outside kids?
No, he does not.
How long you guys been married?
For 4 years.
And how many times? How many? Okay, he cheated, and he's cheated with the same woman or with different women.
Different women. Probably like repeated a few times with the same woman. But it's definitely a lot of them.
And you've asked him how you could be a better wife, and he just said because you don't cook.
Yeah. I mean, he eats he's from a different culture, so I cook for myself, and I know how to cook, but
No,
it's like I would
that's
have
not a
to
reason.
learn.
That's not a reason for him to have sex with another woman. What culture is he from?
He's Ghanaian.
Before you got married, did you guys discuss that he was going to be having women?
We actually did.
You did?
Yes.
And did you accept? Hold
But
on,
it
hold on,
wasn't.
hold
It
on,
wasn't.
ma'am. Hold on,
Okay.
hold on, ma'am. Hold on. You discussed it. Did you accept him having other women?
Yes, up until we got married.
No,
After
ma'am.
we got married,
No,
I was
no,
like,
ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
okay.
I asked a very specific question. I asked that when you guys got together, did he say he was going to be having other women? You said you discussed it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to say that you accepted his proposal of marriage on the condition that he would no longer see other women?
No, I accepted his proposal to date. But after marriage, it wasn't. That's not how it was supposed to be.
Okay, ma'am. You said you started seeing him, and you knew he said, and it was you discussed that he was going to be seeing other women.
Yeah,
And you
that was
accepted
before
that.
marriage, though. That was
Okay,
just
now,
like
okay,
when we were
ma'am, but
dating
okay,
around.
stop. I'm just trying to get the facts because, okay, you said that was before marriage. What did you say after you accepted his proposal? So before marriage, he said you guys had the conversation. He said, "I'm going to see other women." What did you say when you accepted his proposal for marriage? I'll marry you, but you can't see other women.
Yes, I said that's gonna have to stop.
That's going to have to stop. And what did he say?
He did. He agreed to it. I recently found out that he, had no intentions of really keeping that up, and he just lied to me. But yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know what to believe at this point because if you accepted it before you got married and you said that's going to have to stop, and he said, okay, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe you.
yeah.
But do you guys
It's
have
just
any?
like
Do you guys have any ground rules set to where, meaning, has he brought on any babies,
no, he doesn't
any
have any kids.
any STDs?
No,
Is he putting the family finances at risk?
no,
If you don't go looking for it, does he put it in your face?
no.
Then how are you finding out about the cheating?
His phone,
But you go looking for it.
but even if I look for it, I don't think I should be able to find anything.
No, that's bullshit. See, guys, the
That's
truth
like
always
Trump
comes. No, ma'am.
saying
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No.
the
Man,
COVID
this is
test, like you're not
bullshit.
gonna
This is
find COVID
bullshit. This
if
is
you don't
bullshit.
test.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is the bullshit. No, I was with you, but this is what you basically told us. Hey, I started dating this man and I knew he's from another culture where they get down like this. And he told me about this. And I said, cool. Then I said, if we're gonna get married, I'll marry you, but this gotta stop. And he said, all right, it'll stop. But he's not putting it in your face. You're going and look through his phone and you're saying because he doesn't lock his phone up tight enough, it's his fault. Stop looking. You had a man who told you what was up at the beginning. Bullshit. See, this is why I don't believe what women say. You have to dig. Think of how many guys would just listen to this bullshit this woman was running down. Man, you got what you deserve. A man who was up front with you. Stop looking for the problems.
so
He ain't bringing home no babies. He ain't bringing home any outside diseases. He's not putting the family at risk. And if your nosy ass would stop looking through the phone, you wouldn't have any problems.
I would still know it's there, though.
Excuse me?
I said I would still know it's there. Like,
You still
I
don't
know it's not
understand?
gonna
You still
stop.
don't understand? Is that what you said?
I said I would still know that it's there.
Well, then leave him and go do better. How about
Okay,
that?
that's what I'm planning to do.
Oh, well, can you though?
I mean,
You're average.
maybe. I
You're
mean,
average. You're average, right?
yeah, and I'm okay with.
Then why
meeting
would you
average
marry a
women.
no, ma'am? Let's get real. You accepted this in dating. And he has not changed who he is. Yeah, he lied to you, but it sounds to me like he lied to you because he knew you looking for problems. And I'm gonna be honest, who wants to come behind this, man? Don't no man want to be snuck around and cheated and checked up on like this. You guys may and the women may not like my response, but remember, this woman is going to actively look for issues. So wreck your home, ma'am. Go ahead. Enjoy. And then when you find out that the next man might not even be as upfront as this one.
Mm,
I mean, no offense, ma'am, but how tall are you?
I'm 5'5",
Dress size?
6.
And you ranked yourself as average?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you? 20 what?
24.
24? I get it, ma'am. You may not like it, but he did tell you up front. And if you don't want to deal with it, you shouldn't have accepted it to begin with. You shouldn't have accepted it as a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you shouldn't have accepted a proposal of marriage from a guy who's been cheating up front. He comes from another culture.
Okay, cool. I mean, I like to make it work. I don't want to be that 80%
You make it
women
work by
pedophiles
stop.
for
Okay,
divorce.
here's a way to make it work. Stop being nosy.
Okay.
They like women to call in your house. Stop being nosy. I'm gonna tell you guys, women, listen and listen well. As the modern dating scene becomes even more polarizing, you ladies, you're going to have to start to really understand the kind of man you want has more options than you. Cheating, I'm telling you, ladies, women worry about cheating more than men do, and women cheat almost like men do. And think about what I said. Women love men who cheat. What do we just see? A woman who accepted cheating. And did she act like she's not in love with her husband? Proving the point. Guys, here's my thing. My personal standpoint. If you're going to be having sex with other women, you need to tell your woman up front, I am not for lying. Cheating is a blanket term. I'm not for the deception. Meaning, like he said, they have the conversation. I'm from another culture, and I may choose to step out from time to time. I don't care. Have a safety word. Call it, I may choose to tiddlywink. And if your wife and your girlfriend say, hey, have you been tiddlywinking? Yep. All right, we need to use condom. Shit. If he's stepping out, there needs to be rules. Use protection, this, that, and third. No unprotected sex. Y'all need to come up with rules. Men, just because you cheating, that's the blanket term. There should still be rules because don't bring in any dangers. You're going to have to show me who you are, man. See, a lot of women think this is, and the funny thing is, when I was in church and we would see relationships break up, there were more women cheating on their husbands and then filing for divorce. You would find out that women were claiming irreconcilable differences, but why is it that when a relationship breaks up, the woman has a man first? It's because she's already been cheating. So you ladies can miss us men with this virtue signaling like y'all are some virtuous creatures out here just getting your heart broken when we all know you got beta male orbiters, guys on your on deck circle, guys that we know what's going on. Unmute yourself, dude. Ma'am. Hello. Hey, how are you? How old are you? Okay. Why are you not on camera?
I'm sorry, my daughter's asleep and my lights
Okay,
are
I'll
off.
just
I
go
wanna
ahead.
wake her up.
Are you married? Are you married? Or are you single?
I'm married.
All right. So we're talking about women love men who cheat. What do you think?
I disagree.
Go ahead.
Well, the reason why I disagree with that statement is because I believe women don't go out seeking a man that's going to cheat. I mean, when you go out to pick a partner, you don't see "I cheat" written on their foreheads. You don't see them walking around with a shirt that says, "Hey, pick me, I'm a cheater." So you pick with the best intentions and you hope for the best. Now, sometimes you get the best and sometimes you get the worst. Most times it's the worst.
Ma'am, men cheat at a 28% rate. Women cheat at a 24% rate.
Okay.
So say the same thing you just said and put men in front. Men go out choosing women, hoping for the best. Women don't have a sign on their head that says they cheat, but then they do.
Well,
Why
it
is
can
it
go
that,
both
hold
ways.
on, I let you speak uninterrupted. Why is it that women make such a big deal about cheating when women cheat almost as much as men? Please answer that.
My okay. So you said earlier when you were speaking with someone about why
Please
men
answer my
and
question
women.
before you read.
I'm
Please
gonna I'm,
answer.
I'm gonna answer your
Oh,
question. This
okay.
is my answer to your question.
Okay, but
You
there's
said
one
why
there's one
people
ground rule. There's one
play.
ground there's one ground rule we have, okay? This one simple ground rule. Just don't
Okay.
overtalk me. That's all we do is we just don't overtalk me. Go ahead. And kind of
All
can
right. My
keep the answer a
apologies.
little bit more compact for the audience. Go ahead.
My apologies.
No
Okay.
problem.
Earlier in the conversation, you said you asked a question: who play game? Why men and women play games, or why men play games? And you said it's a reaction to women playing games, right? Now it's the same thing with cheating. This has been a conversation that's been happening for decades. Who did it first? Did a man cheat on a woman first, or
Okay, do
did a
you think
woman
is
cheat
this
on a
answering
man
my
first?
question, ma'am? Because I don't feel like this is answering my question. I asked you a
Well,
question. I asked you a question to respond to that, and you said you're going to answer my question, and I gave you leeway. You didn't answer my question. You're just
okay,
reframing it.
okay. So my answer to your question is it goes both ways, man
No,
and woman.
okay, but why do women make such a big deal out of it when women cheat at almost the same rate? You didn't
Well,
answer that question, ma'am.
men are well. It's scientifically proven that women are
Ma'am,
more
ma'am, ma'am,
emotional.
ma'am. We can have the conversation, but I won't allow you to just blow past my question and reframe it. I will always stop you if I have to mute you. That's not cool. Why do women make such a big deal out of cheating when they cheat at almost the same rate? Please answer that before you go on to make any other point. That's only respectful.
Yes, and I was doing that, and you cut me off. I was
I'm going to
saying
cut
women
you
are
off
more
when you ramble because
emotional.
the last time you did, you didn't answer the question. Now, I'm not going to say this
Women
again.
are more
Look, Trick.
emotional. I said it.
Look, Trick. I told your fuck, don't come over here doing that. You can talk to yourself. You're not going to come over here with attitude. It's not going to work that way. See, women like her can't have an honest conversation. 28% to 24%. To be intellectually honest, you'd have to sit back and say, but she don't want to answer that question. You got one shot at answering the question, ma'am, because I'm not going to argue with you. Y'all see the stopwatch? Y'all see the stopwatch? The stopwatch is going to start going when they just start rambling. 28%, 24%. But women act like men cheat at exponentially higher rates. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. Hey, how are you?
Okay, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
I'm here to learn.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 23. My
All
name
right.
is Nisha.
So the question we're talking about, talking about a general subject that women love men who cheat. And not the last caller, but the caller before was a married woman who obviously loved her husband and she condoned and accepted his cheating when they dated and afterwards. When we hear women often talking about the men they are so heartbroken by, but they keep going back to, are the very men who cheat. So my question is, why do women love men who cheat?
I suspect somehow we get addicted to it. I think the hormones and wanting to be accepted, and there is the other element of perhaps wanting to be chosen above the other woman. for validation.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Unfortunately, yes, but I've also been guilty of cheating as well.
Okay. And so did you cheat on the same man who cheated on you?
No.
All right. So this is what confounds men. Did you get it cheated on first, or did you cheat on the other guy first? No one can see you.
Okay, so I'm bisexual, so it was sort of the other way around.
Okay, it was a woman.
I cheated on I was cheated on by a male. I decided, okay, I'll be with a woman, and I ended up cheating in that relationship, unfortunately.
So you got cheated on by a man. Your response was, in another relationship, you cheated on a man with a woman?
Yes.
Okay. And how did he respond to that?
No, the woman. How did the woman respond to
Oh, how did the
that?
woman respond
Obviously,
to that?
she's devastated. Cheating hurts. I feel people speak about it because they're trying to sort of unpack the trauma. It hurts on both sides. I think it hurts men when they get cheated on, and it hurts women when they get cheated on. That's why people speak about it, because they feel like they're trying to understand, why is it happen? Am I not good enough? And I think that's the question that women ask, and that's what I got asked, like, why? Like, was I not good enough? And that's an impossible question to answer, because I think on both ends there's shame. It's shameful. It's sad.
No, I don't think we talk about sex in an honest way.
Okay.
And there's a lot of misconceptions, but so a man cheated on you. Okay. So will you ever get married one day, do you think?
I hope so.
Okay. Since you're bisexual, what will be your choice? Who would you choose to marry?
A man.
Yeah, these are all questions that, okay.
Pardon if it's a bit odd.
No, it's not. It's not, because I've dealt with women who are no, it's not odd to me. I've dealt with women who are bisexual. I've dated women who are bisexual, but it's not a common thing for a lot of people to understand it. So I'm trying to ask questions for the audience as well. Would you want a traditional relationship or a traditional marriage, or would you want a more open marriage?
That's a really good question. Just to confirm, express to me what you mean exactly by traditional.
Traditional husband, wife, just you two.
Monogamous.
Well, yeah, that's what most people think of, and then the typical gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you want something that approximates a little bit more fluid or modern situation?
That's a really good question.
I know.
Really makes me think. I would like the idea. So I love masculine energy, and I consider myself to be feminine, and I love the idea of submission. That's my truth. The other aspect.
Submission in
hold
on. Submission in the relationship or submission in the bedroom?
That's even a better question.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I know what I'm talking about.
I know, I can tell. You're making me think really deeply. I suspect both.
But can you submit to a woman sexually? Can you submit sexually to a woman in the bedroom?
I would prefer to submit to a man, because the masculine energy is very.
Yeah, we're gonna put our foot on your head.
No, don't.
Yeah, you like it. Trust me. Jump off the dresser in it. No, I'm just kidding. It's a bit.
What?
It's a comedy bit. It's a comedy bit.
And
but seriously.
Where?
Oh, it's just a friend of mine in Atlanta. But here's the thing. If you are, then your husband, would you want to bring someone in for both of you guys? Because I don't think you just, I have friends I got female friends who are bisexual. They have boyfriends, but they have sex with women, but they want to be in a relationship with a man because they can't deal with women for the same reason men have a problem dealing with women. but they still want to do both of you.
Oh, interesting. No, actually, I guess in that sense, I would go with traditional. I
Okay.
love the idea of monogamy. I like the idea of monogamy for health reasons. I like the idea of monogamy for resources. When you think of sort of the traditional, man goes out and gathers, or if just for an example, I'm not saying that, I'm just expecting my partner to go out and gather food, but just as an analogy, man goes out, a pre-modern man goes out, gathers the food, brings it back for the family. Sort of, I don't know if it would be ideal for me to
What part
have
of the
any
what
one
part
of
of the
us have
country?
multiple.
What part of the world are you in?
I'm in London. So I'm from the
Okay.
Caribbean. I'm from Angola and I live in London.
Well, if you're bisexual, those urges don't necessarily go anywhere. So I find a lot of women who are bisexual tend to have more modern marriages, almost like an executive wife kind of thing. Because
Oh,
meaning, do you want children?
one child.
Yeah, see, that's what I've noticed that most women who kind of fit this profile don't want a lot of kids. Um, yeah, you got some thoughts to make, but you're gonna have that more liberal, sexually liberal kind of lifestyle. You need a man you need partners who are gonna be more on that wavelength, and that really doesn't fit well with traditional marriage. And a lot of people just aren't that open minded. You know, how old did you say you were again? 20 what?
23.
All right. Well, all the best to you. But if you know you like women, hey, I almost married a bisexual woman.
But Kevin, may I ask?
Go ahead.
Thank you. You mentioned urges. Even if you may be attracted to someone else, if you're in a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that you have to act on it.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to act on it, but I'm realistic. Bisexual women tend to be attractive women, and women are attracted to women. Women are attracted to beauty.
Yes.
Well, so is it most bisexual women who are married, they go get somebody outside their friend circle. They may recruit somebody, they may go on a trip, they may bring a professional in, they do what they do, and then they're going about their business. That's why I say it's a little bit more open. But the thing is, you get yours, he gets hers with her. You just have to have a conversation. Bisexual is not the norm in today, so you just have to have the conversation. But that's the problem. We don't have many sexual conversations. We just expect sex to work. And that's bullshit. It doesn't work. We
You
have to
speak
talk
true
about
about
sex. Yeah. And we're going to speak more truth about that. And I'm going to bring on sex professionals, sexologists, and teachers because I stay in my wheelhouse and I let the pros talk about, I know what I've done and what I think, but I let the pros talk about that because one of the biggest taboos in relationships in general, Black people in particular, is we don't talk about sexuality. And we're just fucked up sexually. I'll just put it that way. We're fucked up sexually. Let me get back to some of these other folks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Guys, understand there's something for everybody. Hey, how are you, Britt?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I am 24.
All right. So women love men who cheat. Do you think that's true or not?
In theory, not in practice.
In theory, they love men who cheat, but not in practice. What do you mean?
Yeah, so in theory, because you want to have the bad boy, you want the guy that everyone wants. But then in theory, when you're seeing that they're choosing other women over you, having that constant competition is stressful and you don't feel safe. And I think when women want to have children, and they want to be married and they want to be like, okay, I can like sit back and relax and know you've got me. They can't really think that if there's other women out there that could take him at any point.
Well, okay, let me challenge that. When women get comfortable, it's not uncommon, especially in the West, that women tend to let themselves go. They tend to start playing sex games with men. And in a lot of ways, they start to deprive the men of what they need. So there's a school of thought that says competition is good to keep a woman on her toes. What do you think about that?
That's true. I think it's the mindset we're brought up in. I think if you've been brought up properly, from like either like a very like strong Christian stance or like other religions too, you're constantly working on yourself because of like that higher power thing. So I think in the religious communities, which is what we're from, it works from that aspect because you always keep pushing because you're answering.
Oh,
to
I
God.
disagree, man. I grew up in the Baptist church, and that was one of the biggest problems: sexless marriages. Especially when women push out a kid or two, they become preoccupied with their children, and the husband suffers.
Yeah, I think so I'm part of like the trad wife movement, and so that's like
The what life movement?
The trad life, like trad life movement.
Could you spell it? I'm having trouble to spell it.
So trad, TRAD, traditional wife.
Trad, okay, trad. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So a lot of my circle, it is kind of trying to like push back against feminism, saying that, you know, you've got to put your man first. You can't expect him to be loyal to you if you're not going to prioritize him.
So do the women in that movement, do the wives pretty much have sex when the husband wants to?
Yeah, it's a big thing. So like if you search Laurie Alexander, anyone like that, they're kind of all in your space, but it's more of a white space. So
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible, we're not supposed to deny our body. I'm not supposed to deny you. You're not supposed to deny me. But okay.
Nope. So yeah.
Okay.
So if he wants to have sex, if she doesn't, then you know, with like obviously there's room for like if you're sick or you're not feeling it.
Right. There was you know what? I should probably bring on I should probably bring that in too when I bring in the sex teachers. But okay, I think you do make a point that women like it in theory, but in practice they don't. But most women today aren't talking about trad life. Sadly, it's many men are living sexless marriages, and maybe we've got topics. Let me go ahead and get the few other people in here, and we'll get on through. Appreciate it. We're running out of time. Okay, folks, if you're in the let me see. Let me just unmute everybody in here who hasn't spoken. And we'll get to whoever speaks first. Yeah. Hello. Alina, she muted herself. Hello, how are you? I'm okay. How old are you? All right. What do you got for me on the topic? I've already put out my thought process on why women like men who cheat. Can you answer the question? I spent an hour talking about why I think this.
So you would like me to just answer the question for you?
I'm getting women's opinion on it. I've already said why I think women like men who cheat. Women love men who cheat because these are the men women fawn over. These are the men women complain about, write love songs about, talk about, text about. These are the men women reward.
Okay, so you believe that women
that's what do you think? Do you think women love men who cheat?
I believe some women like men who cheat, maybe some that don't have.
Okay, when you ladies say some, that to us as men, maybe that's not your intention. That sounds so non-committal and disingenuous. Some, what percentage of 100 are you talking about when you say some? Help the men out. What percentage of some? Define it.
I would say a good 43%.
43% of women like men who cheat.
Yes, and I would say that comes from women who don't have a stable home life, a stable man figure in her life, things like that. Those different variables.
Why do women make such a big deal out of cheating when they cheat at almost the same rates?
And when you say women, can I get a percentage of that also?
Yeah, to men cheat at a 28% rate, women cheat at a 24% rate. 4 percentage points different. I said almost the same rate.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's just the same as men going back.
No. I know the question I asked before you move it on. I said, why do women make such a big deal out of it when women cheat at almost the same rate? You didn't answer that.
The same reason why men do it.
That's not an answer.
What was the question? Because they complain?
So again, guys, this is what happens when you ask women a question that nails them. They deflect. Why do women make such a big deal out of cheating when women cheat at almost the same rates? And women don't want to answer that because they don't think women cheat at the same rates. And when women do cheat, they think women have a better reason than men do. You ladies cheat at almost the same rate. I don't care why. I don't care what you think. That's the number. Why are women making such a big deal out of it when you cheat at almost the same rates? Ask about why relationship. Ask about why.
I feel like it's a lack of communication. It's the reason why most relationships break up.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But that's fine. But when women get on this program and other programs, they state one of the reasons they leave their marriages is infidelity or cheating. Maybe one preceded the other.
Leave the marriages, I doubt that they cheated.
Okay, but ma'am, but let's stick on the topic. Let's stick to the topic. I asked the question: why do women make such a big deal out of cheating when women cheat at almost the same rate? Why won't you address that question?
I'm trying.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I feel as if the women who address the cheating that you're asking aren't the women who are doing the cheating that are adding to that percentage.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense, ma'am. I asked a very simple question. No, ma'am, that was word salad. I said, why do women make such a big deal out of cheating? All women make a big deal out of cheating in relationships. No. It's a big, ma'am, the majority, 99.2%, I don't care. Stop getting hung up on the percentage in this sense. Women make a big deal out of infidelity, but they cheat at almost the same rates. Please address the general premise. Don't split hairs. Don't go down rabbit holes. Can we do that?
Yes, sir. Not splitting hairs, not going down rabbit holes. As I said, women who don't expect cheating aren't the women who are cheating and adding to the percentage.
I asked, why do women make such a big deal out of cheating when they cheat at almost the same rate? And you're talking about the women who don't expect cheating. They won't answer the question, guys. This is more word salad. They refuse. And when women refuse to answer, you just move on. Think how many times I've had to ask the question and restate it. Think about how many times I've had to ask a question and restate it. That's all it gets right down to. And folks like that, you just don't talk to them. They're there for distance and irritation. And here's another thing. I think it's really interesting that many women today want to be taken seriously, but far too many women act like girls, like little bratty sisters. Women, you women need to grow up and start behaving like the women you want to be treated as. You want to talk about your degrees and your PhDs and this and that, but when it comes to having a grown-up conversation, you act like fucking petulant children. They're just like, ooh, it's a joke. And I'm glad we have programs like this because it puts it front and center that who would want to deal with this?
The woman who cheats.
Yeah. So you get to go sit back there. And this is, let me do this real quick. Nisha, unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm here.
And this is why women who are bisexual don't have relationships with women. That what just happened. How do y'all deal with it? How do y'all deal with women like that?
Do you think it's difficult for two women to get along? Is that it?
I think that what my experience has been, women who are bisexual tend to have sexual relationships with women, but they tend to have relationships with men. The violence rate, we talk about a lot of women talking about the two biggest components women fear in relationships is cheating, infidelity, and abuse, okay? And in same-sex female relationships, abuse is the highest of any demographic. Female on female violence dwarfs male to female violence. Dwarfs it. Same thing with cheating.
That's interesting. Well, for one, I find masculine energy to be quite soothing. I feel, I'm not saying women are not calm, but there was actually new research which I read recently. I can't remember the journal, but it showed that men and women are both wise, but just in different ways. And women tend to be more wise with emotions. I don't know if you disagree, and men perhaps more with logic. I have to find that study, but I read it recently.
Yeah, I agree. There's a school of thought. Dr. Jordan Peterson says something to the effect of men are more interested in things and women are more interested in people. So that's and this way we balance each other well. So and this conversation has made me think about something I want to bring out when we actually have the big adult age restricted sex conversation that YouTube will never monetize, but yet it needs to happen. So thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, especially in the Black community, well, we have to learn how to talk about sex in a healthy way. There's a lot of it's such a huge part of interpersonal relationships, and sadly, no matter whether you agree or disagree, there can be relationships that are good. But if they're not functional, I don't mean it has to be mind blowing, but I do mean functional. If they're not having functional sex, it's hard for two people to stay attached. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about AVN Prawn Star level experiences. I'm talking about functional, meaning you like this, she likes that. You learn this, she learns that. Functional. You can work with that. If you don't have that, it's hard, man. It's real hard. All right, people, it's a little late. I'm going to try to keep the shows to straight up at 2 hours. That was the thing going to 2022. Come back on Wednesday for sure. You will want to be there Wednesday for sure. The notion of success, the soft skills, the social side of success. It is going to be one of my most impactful broadcasts that I've ever done. And it is something, especially my logic leaning men and women, you're going to want to attend this because it goes counter to instinct and it goes counter to a lot of people's introverted or nature, but it is so critical. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. All right, folks. But you know how it is. Your Godfather's here. We back in a phys ed. And I'm loving this. I am loving this. I am loving this. But until the next time, you know how this goes, man. Peace. We are gone.